Something happened yesterday that tells us beyond any doubt that the House Intelligence Committee is not going to be the entity that conducts a full, objective, and definitive investigation into the connections and potential coordination and collusion between Donald Trump and Russian agents. Listen to this buffoonery. Republican House Intelligence Committee Chairman Devin Nunes started a new controversy yesterday by saying he believes that the communications of President Donald Trump and associates may indeed have been picked up after the election by intelligence agencies conducting surveillance. Who were these intelligence agencies surveilling when they may have incidentally picked up Trump communications? Foreign targets. Now, I don't even know which aspect of this story to start with, Pat. I guess to begin with, Devin Nunes didn't go to the committee to tell them that he had received this information from who we don't know. He instead went to the White House to tell President Trump about it and to the press. Trumpists heard Devin Nunes say, hey, I've been told that intel agencies did pick up Trump communications. They heard that and they thought Trump vindicated. Obama did wiretap Donald Trump. This is a total misunderstanding, not only of the truth, but even of what Devin Nunes is alleging here. Because what Devin Nunes alleged yesterday, and still, even as of this morning, multiple members of the House Intel Committee have said, yeah, that's what Devin Nunes said, but we don't know where he got it. What he alleged is not that Trump Tower was being surveilled or that Trump associates were being surveilled, but rather that foreign targets were being surveilled. And because Trump associates were in touch with some of those foreign targets of surveillance, some of the communications were picked up, including Trump associates. This is the opposite of vindicating Trump. This is bad. This means that, as an example, imagine that U.S. intel is surveilling Russian agents, Russian targets, and they're listening to Russian communications. And all of a sudden, a Trump associate gets on the phone with one of these Russian agents. This is the opposite of Trump being wiretapped by Obama. So, number one, we don't even know if this is true, Pat. Number two, Devin Nunes, who's supposed to be investigating Trump, is going to the White House to tell Trump what information they have. And number three, even if true, it's bad for Trump.
Yeah, it really makes you question where his interest lies if he's going to go to the White House instead of his own committee first.
I'll say.
I mean, even assuming it to be true, if we take both what Ranking Member Schiff said to be true and what Devin Nunes said to be true, what's the bigger story here? That the Obama administration did something that was legal but perhaps maybe unpalatable to the American public, or that there's direct evidence that Russia colluded with the Trump campaign?
Yes.
One's an impeachable offense and one's just kind of distasteful.
One is legal surveillance, right? And again, surveillance, we could argue, is unethical on some level or not useful on some level, but again, legal surveillance. But here's where it really went bad. Again, as soon as Nunes finds out about this, he goes to the White House to personally brief Donald Trump on the revelations after talking with the press, but without having shared this information with Democrats on the House Intel Committee. The guy supposedly conducting a full, fair, and objective investigation of Trump collusion with Russia hears something and goes to the White House to disclose it to the subject of the investigation. I'm at a loss for words. This is not someone that can conduct this investigation. And even John McCain is saying we need an independent panel here.
And the press is treating this like it's a huge story because Trump seems to feel like he's vindicated over this.
Yeah.
I think all the attention should really be on what Ranking Member Schiff had to say, because
Absolutely.
Both are just accusations. Both are just words at this point.
Absolutely. What Schiff had to say is the big story. And Adam Schiff also saying this is a cloud over the investigation now. This isn't going to get us a fair investigation. We need an independent committee immediately. And in addition, of course, to the FBI investigation that FBI Director James Comey confirmed is taking place, if you are going to have a House panel look into this, you have to at least pretend like it's a fair and objective investigation. And at this point, Devin Nunes cannot be the chair of such an investigation because it's abundantly clear that he's a Trump surrogate running to Trump to tell him what they have at every opportunity. But again, you have some Trumpists who think that what Devin Nunes said vindicates Trump's baseless allegations that Barack Obama wiretapped him. It does no such thing. And I genuinely believe, Pat, that there are Trumpists who, having heard what Devin Nunes said, will actually think, oh, Obama did wiretap Trump. And that's not even what's being alleged here.
Right, because they won't keep up with the story and see if it actually gets validated and what the evidence comes out with when they're done with the investigation.
Yeah, it's always the headline, the misleading headline is what is in the minds. This is why Bowling Green Massacre from Kellyanne Conway was still probably effective propaganda and disinformation from the Trump campaign, even though it was a completely made up and fabricated terrorist attack. This stuff works. And I guarantee you, we've interviewed some of them, that there are Trumpists who think Trump was right. Obama wiretapped him. That's what Devin Nunes said yesterday. Send me your thoughts about this. I'm on Twitter at @DPakman. The show is on Twitter at David Pakman Show.